I never thought I'd reach a point in my career when these words would come. I'm going to help Don Lemon's memory. Well, it appears Don Lemon has a funny way of remembering things. During an appearance on The Late Show, that CNN anchor was asked about the direction the network is taking under new leadership and downplayed its past political leanings.
The word on the street is that you guys aren't allowed to be liberal anymore. Is that the case?
I don't think we ever were liberal. We have to hold people to account. And so that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going liberal or conservative or whatever. It just means that we are doing what we do, and that's good journalism.
Let's roll the videotape.
If you voted for Trump, you voted for the person who the Klan supported. You voted for the person who Nazis support. There is no reason to believe that the Republicans are going to start playing fairly and are going to start operating as a party of sanity.
What is it about President Obama that really gets under your skin? Is it because he's smarter than you? Better educated? Made it on his own?
Credulous boomer Rube demo that backs Donald Trump, that wants to think that Donald Trump's a smart one, and y'all elitists are dumb.
You elitists with your geography and your maps and your spelling, even though
your math and your reading.
Yeah, you're reading.
Emily.
Yeah, that's the elitist media at its finest. That's the elitist liberal machine at its most potent. And that's why millions of Americans feel absolutely lesser than. They are made to feel lesser than. It is why they absolutely despise that left-leaning mainstream media that not only categorically feels that they're better than they are, but then denies it. I'm really surprised Don Lemon, with all of his better education than the rest of us, didn't have a better answer in that moment. Because that certainly was chock full of lies, and it was also pretty weak.
Yeah, but I mean, I think sometimes, Carly, what people are counting on is that others are not paying attention or that they don't have reels of receipts.
Yeah, the reel was hilarious. A walk down memory lane there. I was reading earlier this week that gaslighting is Merriam-Webster's word of the year. And this is an example of it.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Just own who you are. You know, Fox News is the preferred network for conservative-minded people. CNN and all other networks are liberal. And you could even tell in Don Lemon's answer, as he's trying to convince Stephen Colbert that the network somehow isn't liberal, that it is, because he said, well, CNN just wants sensible Republicans to come on, and we're going to hold those Republicans to account, not people. Also, CNN, by the way, the network with that fiery but mostly peaceful protest banner.
Yeah. So I just want to know, why was he laughing so hard he was crying?
Thank you for
reminding me, Harris. I'm sorry, I'm just remembering Don Lemon's interview with Stephen Colbert. They're both such hacks. You know, it's like, I'm sure Don Lemon is a lovely guy, but this is such a weak answer to that question. And it's like, yeah, own up to it and say, hey, you know what? We got some calls wrong. You know what? We had some bobbles, but now we have righted the ship. We have a great captain, and we are going to launch into the stratosphere, bringing everyone with us. No, Emily is absolutely right. They think they're better than you. They think they're smarter than you. They think that they can spoon feed you information and you will consume it because you're dumb and you are lesser than. That is why people watch Fox. Because we want to party with you. We're curious about how you feel. Not everyone here is in lockstep. You know, we do challenge each other, but we also know how to have a good time, and we respect our audience.
That's right.
All right, well, there's this part. I'm going to come to you on this. CNN called the Hunter laptop story Russian disinformation. Not once, not twice. We have another reel of receipts for you.
The U.S. authorities are seeing if those emails we just talked about are connected to an ongoing Russian disinformation effort.
Ongoing Russian disinformation effort.
Ongoing Russian disinformation effort.
All of a sudden, two and a half weeks before the election, this laptop appears somehow.
Jason.
What I didn't hear is the apology or the clarification.
Oh, you're not going to hear that.
Well, that goes to the degree of credibility. We've all kind of made mistakes. I've made a mistake. I had to go on air and say, hey, I made a mistake.
Same.
You know? But there's no balance. You would think, to Kennedy's point, you would think that somebody would figure out that part of the success of Fox News, the reason there are literally millions and millions and millions more people watching Fox than these other networks, is that there is a balance. They do get invited on the other side, and when they come on, they get a respect. We have a discussion, and there's respect for that other side. And I don't know, it is just...
We're also not, afraid of those conversations that can get sticky.
Yeah.
I've had some with senators, congresspeople, a lot of people on the channel, but you want to hear from both sides. Hakeem Jeffries, who you know well.
Yeah.
Who called the former president a member of the KKK, the Grand Wizard. I mean, there's a lot of ground to kind of go back and forth with people. And in the conversation, Senator Manchin called me a liar about the Inflation Reduction Act. I was not lying, and I was not wrong.
But
because it doesn't reduce inflation. But that's okay.
Yeah,
we talk to everybody.
The Russian disinformation, which just kept going and going and going, they never clarified. They still, I don't think...
Has CBS apologized now that they've clarified?
No, they just got back on Twitter, remember, after saying they'd monitor the situation. So I think they're busy being obsessed with Elon Musk for them to apologize.
Like the White House is monitoring the situation with Elon Musk taking over Twitter.
Yeah.
Literally. Hey, everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.